All right, how's everybody doing today? My name is Dominic. I'm reporting at you live. We're going to be having another very important business meeting today. Always remember throughout this business meeting that I'm not a financial advisor, and this video is made for entertainment purposes only. Today we have the chairman and CEO of Polar Power Incorporated, ticker symbol POLA. Arthur, how you doing today? Thanks for coming on.
I'm doing quite well. Thanks for having me. How
Let's
are you
start.
doing today?
Good. Let's start this out by having a quick company history and a background about yourself.
Okay. I co-founded Polar back in 1979. Our first products were solar-powered vaccine refrigerators and solar-powered refrigeration and air conditioning. We went from there to military product development. We developed all kinds of weird stuff for missions. Then in 1994, we took our power and cooling solutions to the telecom markets. And in 2025, we started a slow expansion into residential, commercial, and industrial markets. This slow expansion due to resource limitations. In 2016, we took Polar public with sales revenues of around 24 million annually. Um, a little bit about myself. My engineering focus is on systems integration with power and cooling applications. I had 4 years of biology and engineering at Cal Poly Pomona and UCI. I, I acquired most of my problem solving skills as a younger teenager, inventing things, and I was fortunate enough to have the resources to create my inventions. My studies and life experiences have provided me with significant insight on how mechanical and electrical systems can both serve mankind and nature. I've also gained experience working as a machinist, engineer, project manager, CEO, and consultant for various Fortune 500 companies, U.S. Department of Defense, and Energy. Um, so that's a brief summary about myself.
Okay. Okay, and then let's talk about the use cases for the DC generators and all the markets you guys serve, and also what differentiates your products apart from your competitors.
Okay. Well, let me start off by saying that Polar delivers power and cooling solutions for applications requiring increased fuel and cost savings, greater reliability, compact size, and lightweight for mobility. Our applications include robotics, communications, EV charging, soon to be data centers, microgrids for homes and businesses. Our strategy is to grow markets that are not currently serviced by the large manufacturers of generators, such as Generac, Kohler, Cummins, FG Wilson, on and on and on. At Polar, we reduce our customers' OpEx and CapEx costs by tailoring the cooling and power solutions to closely integrate with their application. For example, in telecommunications, electronics and their battery charging requirements are all DC. So in place of using an AC generator into the system, where the output has to be converted over to DC, Polar provides a DC generator. We reduce the CapEx by eliminating the AC to DC conversion electronics, which increases the CapEx cost again. And we reduce the OpEx by improving fuel efficiency.
Okay, so basically, what sets you apart is your the cost effectiveness of your products.
Yes. In
Okay.
other words, by mating and tailoring the product to the application, we can remove parasitic power or energy losses that increase this operational cost of the site application.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Now
Mhm.
I want to go into some of the sales contracts that you guys announced in 2025. But first, I want to talk about the partnership that you announced with the company called Zquipt. Can you elaborate more on that?
Okay. Um, let me let me before we go there, let me just mention a few things in comparison of our technology to Generac and Kohler and on and on and on. Um, the one this is a popular question. What's the difference between us and a Generac? And I would say, well, your Generac was engineered for a standby use, and that's for North America. So at very most, it'll run 60 to 100 hours a year.
Okay.
So it's engineered for low cost. But unfortunately, a lot of applications are taking this readily available product that's off the shelf and using it for prime power applications, applications where the generator runs a lot longer period. So with a Generac or Kohler, you have to check the oil level every 8 to 12 hours of runtime. You have to do an oil change of every 100 to 200 hours. And after about 3,000 hours of use, the AC generator, is worn out. Now, this is typical of generators under 20 kilowatts. Now, the Polar DC generator that's under 30 kilowatts, well, we have our first oil change at 4,500 hours. So our customers are changing the oil when our non-customers are changing the generator set.
Wow.
That's a huge factor.
Yeah.
So our engine's life, the Toyota engine life that we're using, is 60 to 90,000 hours. And our generator controls, equipment, alternators, and parts exceed 100,000 hours. So we're looking at a generator that is significantly lower operational cost.
Wow.
The Polar generator also reduces fuel consumption by as much as 60%. And that's a huge cost savings, especially with the ever increasing cost of diesel.
Right.
For fast mobile EV charging, our generator connects directly to the vehicle, whereas other technologies use an AC generator set that goes through an AC to DC battery charger that costs as much as a generator set. And the two together require a very large truck to be able to move it to the site of the stranded EV driver. With our generator, it's very compact. You can put it in the back of a small pickup truck and drive it to rescue the EV stranded driver with a quick charge to get them back home or get them to a larger charging station. The small truck is obviously a lower cost to operate because of the lower cost fuel, tire maintenance, insurance, vehicle taxes, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, in terms of what our partnership with ZQuip is that they're an OEM and they purchase our generators, incorporate into their electric systems. In other words, they're converting they're converting heavy duty construction equipment over to electric. So the tractors, the earth movers, all these devices, all these vehicles, specialty vehicles, are being converted over to electric. The Polar generator helps make them hybrid in application.
Okay. And have you guys gotten any purchase agreements from that partnership?
Not yet. They are, and we are still in the demonstrational phase with some major construction outfits.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then as far as the EV charging press release that you guys got, the 50 unit EV charging deal,
Yes.
what was the exact dollar amount for that deal? It wasn't in the press release.
We're selling the EV chargers for in the range of 36 to 40,000 each.
Okay. Okay, so we're looking. Do you know the exact dollar amount for that 50 units?
Not yet. Not up.
Okay. Have they
Mm-hmm.
been delivered on?
We're still working on the first deliveries.
Okay. Okay.
We're a little bit delayed.
Okay. Do you have a
Mm-hmm.
projected date as to when that's going to be completed?
The first delivery should be completed by the second week in February.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then also, I know you guys served the military and you guys have government contracts. You guys did
Mm-hmm.
announce a government contract for around like $675 or $674,000. What
Uh-huh.
exactly was that for?
That is going to be a mobile power system, a mobile power supply for keeping the batteries charged in the vehicle. and running communications or air conditioning, similar to what we did for Oshkosh for the firefighting vehicle. We provide power on the vehicle for air conditioning, communications, and emergency starting of the vehicle.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then also, I know we were talking, and I know you mentioned this in the other interview that you did. You guys are talking. You've been in talks with the customer for about 3 years now. You said it would be a game changer for the company. Can you elaborate more on that contract? What exactly that is?
Okay. Let me start off by giving you a little background on that.
Okay.
Telecom companies are have been headed to outsourcing engineering, tower ownership, equipment maintenance, and this has slowed the change to newer power technologies. So with them outsourcing everything, they have lost their internal ability to evaluate new technologies and determine whether those technologies will work in their applications. Now, getting them to change from the legacy of diesel-fueled AC generators to more modern DC generators using cleaner and lower-cost fuels has been difficult. In essence, there's no one to talk to that can understand what's going on. We did a field trial, and we showed them that we were able to save them a minimum of 40% in fuel consumption. We will also be offering them a decrease in maintenance cost. We'll go from, let's say, maintenance every month to maintenance once a year, which is a huge savings. We also demonstrated the capability of increasing their uptime, the amount of time that they remain on air, and that will increase their revenues. So we're going to affect their bottom line. So we've been doing negotiations for a number of months now, and we hope that'll come to fruition in the next, before the end of February. Okay. And the initial contract is for 200 systems to be delivered within 4 months of contract signing. There's a potential of 7,000 sites over a 5-year period, and each site costing around $22,000.
Wow. Okay. All right. Perfect. And then, is there any other sales agreements that you want to touch on before we move on to the next questions?
Yes.
Okay.
One thing about this project that we have, it's a joint venture between the gas company, the propane company, and the local tower company, and obviously Polar itself.
Okay.
So the gas company stands to make a huge impact on market expansion or the growth of fuel sales, a market that they have not seen before, approached before, or participated in. And if they can show significant profits by delivering huge amounts of fuel, then we expect that there would be another bandwagon effect of 1 to 200 other major fuel distributors joining us and helping us get more contracts to their present subscriber base.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. And then you talked about the restructure of your sales teams. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Going back for the past 47 years, Polar has maintained a small sales group of about 2 to 10 people. We've had 3 salespeople managing our peak sales of $32 million a year. Most of our customers come to us through conventions, internet, and more importantly, word of mouth. These customers would come to our door for customized power or cooling solutions. And this is the way we would drive our contracts. Polar would only have to announce a new technology or product, and again, the word gets out, and we have customers coming to their door. For many reasons, we've never established a distribution of standardized products sold through a network of resellers. Now, since COVID, a lot has changed for successful sales and marketing. Fewer engineers now attend the conferences. There's fewer experienced engineered staff employed by our customers. For example, in the telco, they've relegated their purchase and selection of generators to their consultants and local contractors. Now, instead of managing sales to 25 or so regional offices, we're now tasked with approaching thousands of consultants and contractors, getting them aware of our products, product orientation. So this is going to require a newer sales organization to accomplish this. Now we're beginning to more closely resemble the marketing efforts of a KOLA or Generac, which means that our telecom will be combined with residential, commercial, and industrial efforts. We leave the military and large customer custom orders as they're currently managed. Now, our diversification goals are about 10 to 15% military, 15 to 20% telecom, and residential, commercial, and industrial being 65 to 70%. But currently, we're about 80% telecom, and we need to balance that with other markets.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then let's talk about the new 200 kilowatt generator that you guys are in production for data centers.
We're not in production of that yet.
Okay.
We plan to get into production. What we want to do is before we tool up for that, we want to make sure we have customers in place.
Okay.
We don't want to go through a long lead time. In order to get the customers in place, we first have to restructure our sales and marketing force.
Okay. Do you have a projected timeline as to when that 200 kilowatt generator is going to be launched?
We're hoping towards the end of the year.
Okay.
Now, this 200 kilowatt generator has multiple markets for it, in addition to edge computing and the small data centers. It has a need for mobile power and military systems. It's a need for EV charging at a faster rate or for larger vehicles or trucks. It's also, it would be very popular in the microgrids, the larger microgrids.
Okay.
So there's more than one reason for us to go into production of this.
Right. Okay. All right. And then I know we were talking about, you said that you guys are looking into mergers and acquisitions. Are you in any talks right now for that, or what's going on with that?
We're actively talking.
Okay.
We're not close to fruition on any deals. Our purpose and our motivation for this is to gain the talent that we need.
Okay.
The fastest way to build a viable sales network is to merge with someone that already has a proven network in place.
Right. So you guys are looking into like smaller companies to merge with?
That would be the first choice, but we wouldn't rule out larger companies.
Okay.
We just expect that the smaller companies would be able to make decisions faster. It's my experience that the larger companies will typically take 1 year to make a deal. And during that 1 year, there's a huge amount of resource consumed in making the pitch or putting together the agreements to deal to a larger company.
Okay. And what would you say about your company being an acquisition target for like a big player in this market, like a generator, like a Generac or one of those players?
We're always willing to listen.
Okay.
We're always willing to do a term sheet.
Okay.
Look at a term sheet.
Okay. Perfect. And then let's touch on your backlog. I know it's around $5 million. Can you elaborate more on that, on what that sort of involves, like what kind of contracts are involved with that $5 million?
Those are generators going out to U.S. telcos.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
The $5 million doesn't include any military contracts that we discussed before for the mobile power system.
Okay.
If we include that, we're about close to $6 million.
Okay.
So those are generators headed for North America.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And then what steps are you guys taking to improve your profit margins?
In order to improve profit margins, we have to increase our backlog. We have to increase the number of generators that we're shipping each week so that we've got better efficiencies in the utilization of our fixed cost.
Okay. All right, perfect. And then right now, there's a lot of attention on your stock and on the social media, like from investors right now.
Uh-huh.
So if you guys land this new contract that you've been working on for 3 years, I mean, the stock can get a lot of attention. And I know you guys have been you do sell shares on the ATM, and you did sell them around $5 a share. It's my
Mhm.
opinion. I mean, there's a lot of traction. There's a lot of attention on your stock, and if you guys do win this contract, I do believe it can go higher than $5 a share. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? $5 a share is I think it's too low, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Um, my thoughts on it is um, I think we need to do a better job of marketing our shares.
Okay.
We need to do a greater effort in both PR and IR. Now, for the past, since we went public, our focus has always been on investor relations, hiring investor relation groups, but we need to reach out to more public through public relations.
Okay. Do you guys have an investor relations team, or do you guys do all that yourself?
We never did it ourselves.
Okay.
We've done the PR for ourselves in the past, but never the IR. And we typically maintained contracts. Currently, we're without a IR group servicing us. Um, we're right now using those funds for other purposes.
Okay. All right, perfect. Yeah, I mean, one thing that I would suggest is you have to put the dollar amount in those contracts in the press release. That would help it out a lot. You know, like with the EV charging deal, with
Hmm.
50 units, $30,000 to $40,000 each. That's probably around like I don't know $1.5 million or something like that in total. Would you
Hmm.
say something like that?
Well, I guess we're trying to keep some of our competition from giving too much information out to competition, to competitors.
Okay. Okay. All right. That would be my only suggestion, especially if you guys do win this deal, the game changer deal that you keep talking about. I do think that you guys should put some more information like that into the press releases. It'll
Hmm.
help out investors and give us some more insight on what's going on. But my last and final question is with the stock price being so low, why haven't the insiders and yourself bought more shares?
One is that I am taking my capital, my funds, and I'm using those as loans to the company.
Okay.
So that doesn't give me the cash liquidity to buy more shares. Otherwise, I would have.
Okay. And how much have you loaned the company in the past? Would you say?
It's disclosed in our filings.
Okay.
Got a little more than 600,000.
Okay. All right, perfect. Is there anything else that you want to touch on before we end the interview?
No, I can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we got a lot of things to look forward to, especially with this new deal and for the telecom with the game changer you keep talking about. Hopefully, we're going to see that come to fruition soon. And would you say within the next few weeks to months we should be hearing something about that?
I hope so.
Okay.
I
All
hope
right.
so. I
Perfect.
hope we hear something from it sometime in February.
Okay. Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks for all your time today, and I hope you have a great day.
Uh-huh.
And we look forward to the future for Polar Power.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.